hold a great player down for too long. Three in the shot clock now for Butler. He has to pull up. Sanjay.
Hello, everybody. The Warriors pull out another close one thanks to Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler making big plays when the offense and defense broke down. The Pistons screen to force Steph to switch on to Cade. Moody's reluctant to leave Cade, but because the screener is Beasley, he can hit a three, so Moody cracks back to him. Steph hangs in there until this is some combination of getting his ankles broken and literally turning both of his ankles at the same time. Ow. This looks like an open layup. Draymond flies over to challenge the shot on the right side, but now Cade tries to switch and flip it in on the left side. And as he does that, Draymond reaches his arm over to contest the left side as well. Stupendous defensive play. And then Draymond continues to box out Cade and Duren, and Jimmy swoops in to settle it. Steph points to Jimmy saying, okay, you take it. I'm going to test out my feet.
Break the record tie. Both teams sit with 35 wins right now. Cade putting on some moves, but not good enough against this defense.
It looks like Jimmy Butler wants to come set this cross screen for Steph, but then Steph points and says, no, man, you just take it. Tobias Harris does a good job trying to deny the ball from Jimmy. If you don't know, there's a whole backstory between Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris. They were teammates on the 76ers, and the 76ers chose to prioritize Harris over re-signing Jimmy Butler, and you can imagine how well that went over with Jimmy. So then later, Jimmy Butler led the Heat to defeat Tobias Harris and the 76ers in the playoffs, and Jimmy had this famous moment afterwards.
Tobias Harris over me?
So you know Jimmy loved having this matchup. The pettiness gives him +5 attack buff. One step gets Tobias Harris backing up. That's enough space for Jimmy. As Jimmy walks away, he points to Tobias and just says, no way. Steve Kerr, next play, is the unmistakable too short. The Warriors symbol for an inverted pick and roll where Steph sets the screen and Jimmy Butler is the ball handler. Here comes Steph with the screen. This is a real screen. Forces the switch from the smaller Beasley. Jimmy powers right through Beasley. Honestly, Jimmy had a layup here. He probably should have taken it, but Jimmy just loves playing with his new toy, the Traymaster 3000, aka the Postman, Quinten Post, who had to jump off the bench cold 60 seconds ago because Santos fouled out, and he shoots like he's ice cold. With the air ball, we have Draymond, Jimmy, and Quinten all stuck on the baseline here. Sweet rebound, quick outlet, Cade Cunningham flying down court. All the best Warriors defenders are trailing. Cunningham flying straight at his old teammate from Monteverde Academy, a backpedaling Moody. Cade yells, "This is for cutting in line in the cafeteria in 9th grade," and quite a finish. So for the biggest play of the game, the Warriors call the old Klay play, fist. Here's how the play is supposed to go. I still call this the Klay play because the Warriors used to run this at the end of every quarter, and it would always be for Klay. On the sideline, Kerr holding up a fist to signal the play. The ball starts on the top, and there's a pin down screen for the screener. So it looks like the high pick and roll, but the most interesting part is the screener, Moses Moody. He sneaks around and takes this screen from Looney. The pass comes for a catch and shoot. This play is well scouted, and even if it wasn't, this is Dennis Schröder, and we just saw him running the Klay play, so he knows exactly what's supposed to happen. You can see him telling his teammate what's going to happen. So Moody comes up to set the screen, but the real action is Steph is supposed to take this pin and screen from Draymond for a catch and shoot. Do you think Dennis knows what's going to happen? He's calling on all the strength of his forefathers to stop Steph from taking the screen. Draymond optimistically creeps a little closer to help Steph, but now Schröder has just moved to grabbing technology to keep Steph from taking the screen. So in the face of technological superiority, Draymond says, all right, it's pretty clear the refs are not going to call the holding, so I'm just going to have to do this myself. And Draymond pops out. Schröder is taking no chances. He's still holding on to Steph. Some people say Dennis is holding on to Steph to this very day. Duren has been peer pressured into also walling off Steph, which leaves Draymond very, very open for a three. Draymond with the ultra gutsy shot which is pure.
That was a little while ago.
That was a while ago. You talk about clutch games, though, this season. 38. That's second most in the NBA. The Minnesota Timberwolves to the Golden State Warriors. 6 on the shot. Game clock down. A big time.
Cade Cunningham beckons Beasley to set a pick-and-pop screen again. And as Cade casually crosses over in front of Moody, I believe you have my property. Yoink. Goes hard to the floor. Tries to vomit up this pass towards Draymond. Super dangerous, but Draymond very alertly jumps on this thing and gets undercut. That is a very satisfied looking Moody. That's for making me late to geometry class in 10th grade. Let's go right into a celebration audit. Steph walks up to Draymond, and Steph points at the very spot Draymond hit the game-winning 3, and he yells boom, and Steph carefully surveys the site, and again, confirms that boomage happened right at this spot. There's a little backstory to the boom. Draymond has been yelling boom as his celebration for threes for a while now, and a month ago, we can use our advanced lip reading technology to see Draymond is saying boom, but unfortunately, he happens to be looking at the referee when he says boom. So I guess all the dangerous sonic energy was in too narrow a beam, and it violated safety regulations. And so the referee gives Draymond a technical for saying boom. And Steve Kerr says, what? And Draymond just says, all I said was say boom. So when Steph certifies Draymond's boom, it's not just sticking up for a teammate. He is sticking up for the peaceful sector of the sonic boom industry. Thank you, Steph, for being on the side of technological progress.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you didn't enjoy this video, I promise I'll do better next time.
Hey, the boom. Hit him with the boom. Hey, you know what's crazy? So we kind of start saying it last year where I shoot the 3 and, you know, we hit him with the boom. And it's me, and then the whole bench joining in. And AV really lit the leader of the charge, Anthony Varane. He the leader of the consortium with me from the bench side, and we shoot. I shoot it. They go boom. And so I say it on the court, you know. And my thing to them is like they all look. When I don't say it, they be hot. Yeah. They be like, "Yo, we booming over here. You ain't said boom." I'm like, "All right, I got." So I'm running back. I hit the 3. Boom.
I like that. I like that.
Tech.
That's okay.
I get the tech for the boom,